What up, folks? Welcome back to Ultrazilla Toys, and today I have a review of the Power Rangers the Movie Interactive Megazord. This is a cool piece. I got this for Christmas, and I'm really glad to have acquired it. I think it's really nice. Of the two available right now, well, this is only really one available right now, although the combining Megazord is starting to show up in places. I know the T-Rex Zord came out at the same time as this guy right here. But seeing them both in store, I thought this one was the nicer looking piece for sure of those two. And now that the other pieces are starting to drop, I've started to hear that they're dropping at Target so far. The other combining pieces, it'll be an interesting one to look to get. But I'm gonna wait till like a gift set is available, and even then, I might wait for a discount because honestly, I don't like. I looked at the T-Rex Zord in store. I was like touching it, and I just think the plastic quality feels kind of cheap. So, like I want to wait till the price drops a bit, even after like a gift set goes on sale. So we'll see. I definitely want it. I like the aesthetics of this Megazord. I really do. I really can't wait to see it actually in the movie or at least in a trailer. I think the look of it is pretty cool. Is it our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord? No. It is definitely not Disillusion. Like, it's totally a different piece. And that's okay. Because this is a different movie. It's not that series from the 90s. Like, it's a totally different movie. And, it's a reimagining. It has, there's room for it, like, if this was the Megazord of a new show, we'd like it. I can guarantee you that. I think it looks cool. It works. I don't know. So like, but this particular one of the two, like the two like versions of this Megazord, like this feels more humanoid. So in design, so that's an interesting aspect of this, and I'm not sure. And I'm gonna credit my Repack podcast co-host Craig Moore here on this because he had this theory that it's possible that there are actually two versions of the Megazord in the movie. Because why would this be so different than the combining one? I'm not sure. Like, sure, this is more simplified, but the aesthetic is so different. Like, would they? I don't know. Would they make it so different for a toy? Like if you look, let me lift, and this guy is a big guy. Like his feet are like totally different. There's no like real hint there that there are Zords attached. So I'm just wondering if that's gonna be you know, a thing in the movie, or if that's just because of the toys. So we'll see. Like either way, I like this, and I think the combining one looks more like a typical normal Megazord. So for those that want that, I think you're gonna be happier with getting that than this more humanoid looking one. But this is a cool piece. Again, I really like it. So before we get into himself, in this, it comes with the whole team of Power Rangers done in these little figures. They're about, I don't know, 2 inches tall. And they're cool. I mean, for what they are, they're very nice. There's a little bit of paint, and there's on the visor and the mouthpiece and, the centerpiece here. And they're all, all of them have that. Here's the blue. Here's the yellow. Very cool, It's nice. There's details in them, and that's appreciated. There's a black. You can even see the blue in there and the black. Super cool. And all of them move their arms and legs. You know, old school Star Wars figure like. No head movement, but that's good enough for like a tiny little figure like this. I did have red and pink up here sitting on his shoulders, but they fell over. So here they are. There's pink. Very cool. And red. And again, like I really like that you know, you can really see that they actually sculpted out the details in these tiny, tiny figures. That's pretty cool in my opinion. You know, and they're not all like generic copies of each other. You know, like look, you can see the blue has a different helmet than the red. So that's pretty awesome. And they all stand. Well, the males stand. The two girls do not. You know, the ladies of the group, they have really like skinny legs, and they're a little warped on mine, so they don't really stand too well, unfortunately. But you know, I'm not really getting them for. You know, I don't really care about them for play. You know, like. For kids, I guess that'll be a little bit frustrating, you know. So, and I guess this interactive Megazord is for kids. My Ultrazilla Jr. was like flipping out over this on Christmas Day. He really wanted to play with it. We did. We opened it up. We played with it a bit. So, and he liked this more than some of his other toys, which I thought like was interesting because I feel like for a kid aesthetically, this is a bit scary, but I don't know. So with these little figures, you know, you could put them inside the Megazord. Has like a bunch of compartments, and ooh, so just to get this over with, you could. This is a mirror here, kind of like a mirror. As you can see, I'm right in it right now. That just looks scary. I'm like Zordon. Oh, okay. So anywho, let's open up the middle here. And before we actually put them in, I do want to say that I think it's these little openings here like are great because these little cockpits are actually sculpted out on the inside. So that looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna put the yellow Ranger in here, even though it might be the red Ranger that goes in the middle. We'll see in the movie, but because it's yellow on the outside, we're gonna put her in there. We'll put pink up here. And that's as sculpted out as well. Let's go mobile a little bit here. Check that out. Again, this is a big guy, so I'm going to have to move the camera around a little bit like this. So let's just place her in there. There's no real latches to get them in, except for the middle one. So just pop that in. And we will do the same. Let's just leave that like that for now. So this latch up here, it gives me the most trouble. It is really a tough one to open. There we go. And get the Red Ranger in there. And then open up the legs. And I'll pop black in one. And I'm sorry if I'm putting it all in the wrong spots. That's that's okay for now. But they, again, like just to show you again, whoop, they all are sculpted, you know, and they look cool. They really do. Like these little chambers. So, and you can see that there's a little like seat there or something, you know, a faux seat. Oh. Let's put them in there. Cool. So now that they're in there, let's start looking at this guy a little further. I think this sculpt is actually really nice. Like checking out his head first. I love it. I really do. I think it's such a cool design. I love the pink and the silver up there. It looks really good. Really nice work. You know, like The neck is all sculpted. Everything is sculpted on this guy. Sculpted out, so pretty awesome. His chest is sculpted well. Arms have a nice texture. It feels good. One thing I'll definitely say, plastic on this one, super sturdy. Again, there's like a mirror over here. Has his belly all sculpted out nice. His arms. Well, you know, he's got these two weapons on both sides. We'll check them out further here. Whatever these things are supposed to be, maybe they're supposed to be like thrusters. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. Nice sculpt work, really. That looks cool. You know, and his feet look good too. You know, again, I just don't understand. This is, you know, the part that confuses me. If it is the same Megazord, you know, if it's only one design in the movie, like, why, you know, like, sculpt it this way when it, you know, the combining one looks so different? We'll see. We'll see which one is more accurate when the movie comes. Or, again, maybe there's two versions of it in the movie. You know, one when it gets to Earth, and then it gets separated, and when it comes back together, it looks as it does. You know? So this wing set is sculpted nice as well. Look at it, even the back of the head is sculpted out. Very cool. So, very nice. You know, I mean, in the back you get all the little screw holes, but, you know, I wish they were covered, but it's in the back and it's not that big of a deal. You know, especially on a figure like this. It doesn't really have, like, a lot of, like, posability. You know, not a lot of articulation here. You get the arms, nothing in the head. You get, you know, shoulder swivel and an elbow. And that is it. Nothing in the legs at all. So, if you're looking for articulation from this guy, you're not going to get it. Most of the Bandai of America Power Rangers are like that. Power Ranger Megazords are kind of like that anyway. And even a lot of the Japanese Sentai stuff. So, you know, that's what you're getting from Megazords, really. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Looking at the paint on this guy, this is where this is going to be interesting, because I do have some problems with the paint. Not problems on it, because honestly, it's painted really well. Where the paint is applied, the reds, the pinks, some silver up here, the yellows, the blues on the feet, you know, which is kind of like this like cool metallic blue. It's all painted really nice. The silver here, very nicely painted for sure. There's no doubt about it. Like, it's well applied, looks good, and the figure, if you just look at it like this, I think looks really nice. You know, like, no problems with it. The problem comes in when you bring in the back of the box here for the, you know, the promo shot of this and what could have been. So let's take a look at it, because it's, you know, like, there's no articulation on this guy. It's very static, you know, like, it could have been a little more painted. I guess at the end of the day, you know, Bandai still processes, this one is for kids, interactive, whatever, and, you know, they don't need to paint it quite like that. But promo shots are one thing, but when you get the promo shots on the back of the box and it's like, you can see what it could have been, there are going to be a lot of collectors that get this too, and it's like me, you know, and, you know, it's kind of a bummer. You got these blue, you know, these should have been light blue here. I mean, all the silver, all this gray molded plastic, while it's a different grade than this, which is fine for contrast, would have been so much nicer if it was actually silver, like it said. It, you know, it shows it. The wings should have been silver, even though these do a better job than this plastic. It's very similar, but like the wings for some reason have like more of a silver look to them. These on the side should have been silver. Like, again, this part actually is silver, so that's fine. They painted this. But all this gray should have all been silver, and it would have looked super cool if it was. You know, like, there's even, like, I see a silver, like, oh, that could just be shadow, I'm not sure. But these would have been silver. And if you look at the feet are actually, the metallic blue is painted to the, you know, around here. And it's not over here. At the very least, though, they kept it consistent on both sides and only painted half of it on each side. So, consistency-wise, and again, whatever is applied here is applied really well. So, that's a good thing, you know, but it would have been cooler if it was done up the way this is done up. It would have just, like, stood out like crazy to me. It would have been really nice. There's more yellow here on the belly. You can see up there. And this would have been painted, and these parts would have been painted. It's unfortunate, you know, like, it looks, you know, there's like some big drops in paint. On the back, you can see up here, it was all yellow, you know, like it would have went around this whole piece. And there's nothing on the back at all, so, except for the head. Again, the head got painted silver, so that's okay. But things like that, you know, would have been nice. It is what it is. So, but what you do get in this is a lot of play action. So, let's check it out. You got this weapon on this side, and there's a little lever on the bottom. And what happens is you push it out, and you get his knife sword? That's not a sword. That's a sword. But it is cool, you know. It's kind of like a little Wolverine type of snicked there. Again, like, I like the hands on this one. The molded plastic for the hands looks really good. You know, better than the combining one from what I've seen so far. On the other side, you got this cool little blast effect that does that. I dig that. I dig that a lot. So that's fun. That's some fun play action. You know, on the back, we got this really great wing set again. Push him back a little bit. He's a big guy, like I was saying. He's a good 16 inches tall. So, and then you push down this lever, and boom, his wings spread out. And it looks nice. Again, all sculpted, all really nice. That's cool. You know, like, missing paint apps, you know, notwithstanding, this is a great piece. I really, really, really like it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to throw away this box and never look at that again because there's not much I could do about it. I'm not much of a customizer, so I won't be going in and, like, trying to paint it up like that. It's a nice piece on its own. Had this been the picture on the back of the box, I would have been totally fine with that too. I do understand, like, promo pics are promo pics. It is what it is. Paint is going to be, you know, what it is. And once something, you know, goes to assembly and they realize how much something costs, you know, this is already kind of a pricey piece in store from what I saw. So, you know, like about, what is this, like 60 bucks, 50 bucks, 50, 60 bucks? That's a lot, you know, for a Megazord one piece thing that doesn't come apart at all. You know, for Bandai of America at least, you know, so there's that aspect of it. Alright, so here's my little addendum. I went and did some research, and I didn't see that there's a little switch here that goes from trial to on. And there you go. That's how you get all the other noises. So, one of the first things you can do is... Oh! There's a new noise right there. I just moved his arm. So, pop in Ranger. And you get an activation noise, which is pretty cool.
Let's swing a right hook.
There's that. We heard that one already.
Let's take the fight to the sky.
Hey, there you go.
Activating foot thrusters.
Look, I can punch him.
Oh man, that's a lot of gold. Let's swing a right hook at him.
All right.
Let's take the fight to the sky.
So I guess that's all the Rangers says there. Lift up his arm, does one thing. So this thing is gonna start going here, huh? There's the interactive part of this, I guess. So, let's see if I lift it up. It's supposed to... Oh. There you go. That's what that little button is for on the bottom. It just, thing, and when you put it back down, it's like it's landing. Pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm glad I went and checked out, you know, a few things here to figure it out. So, there you go. A little button on the side. You do want to shut it off in between, though, because it will just keep going. But that's pretty awesome, and there you go. There's the interactive part of it, and it's not just lights and sounds. It really is interactive. When you move it around, you know, it does make different noises. So, pretty awesome. You know, like, this just made it that much better. So, thumbs up, you know. Again, I dig it. Alright, guys, that's all I got now. So, thanks again for sticking around, and until next time, peace out, people.
Activate